So I'm Garran from Frieda Star. Yeah, and I songwrite for the band. And yeah, we kind of do our thing. We're from the Black Country, UK, which is near Wolverhampton. It is not Birmingham, just to get that in there. We're not Bruins.
I'm Scarlett and I am the drummer, and I also sing as well, more on the backing vocal side of things, but also branching out into a little bit of lead vocals alongside Garran. Garran and I and a couple of others were in a band before Frieda Star. We were called Head Shrinkers. And we did lots of great stuff. We, did the European festivals, and we did the Netherlands, we did France, we did all like major festivals in the UK, all the good band stuff, and then all the good stuff you want to be doing as a band. And then we just got to a point, and we thought, our sound's changing a little bit, and we're growing as people as well. And we, to be honest,
Yeah.
we wanted a fresh start. So we made Frieda Star, which is very new, very, very new. We're all like best friends, basically, from being head drinkers together. And Frieda Star is now our new baby. My some of my first gigs that I saw were at the Sunflower Lounge in Birmingham. And that, for me, like that, when you think of like the Birmingham grassroots scene, it is the Sunflower Lounge. Like that's where loads of bands go. I mean, you've got Dead Wax as well, but the Sunflower Lounge for me is just that like sticky floor, little grimy but great place that you're gonna find loads of great bands at.
I guess what's important about it is it's in terms of like culture around the city. It's always been there, and if there's anything to happen to it, like people might not go as much as they did, or like there might be a decline. But you like as soon as it shuts, it's like you don't know what you had until it's gone almost. When it closes, you'd know about it. And people go there and people have the choice whether to go now. And I'd urge everyone to go to grassroots venue and support them. One of my favourites is the Hare and Hounds in King's Heath. Have you been to Hare and Hounds in King's Heath? They've got so many great artists on there as well. The promoters are great as well. Um, but the Hare and Hounds for me, yeah, for sure. I think they do a great job of supporting um, independent artists, and it's just a nice atmosphere. And again, when you're there, you can really feel something when you're there, and you feel a part of something. And that's you can't lose that in terms of culture because I don't want to get too political or anything, but people are feeling lost as it is already.
I mean, so just talking quickly about Head Shrinkers. Head Shrinkers wouldn't have been a thing if it wasn't for grassroots venues, and that is just the fact of the matter. Like if venues like Sunflower Lounge, Hare and Hounds, Actress and Bishop in Jewelry
Yeah,
Quarter, places like that hadn't have had us play, like we wouldn't have done any gigs. I feel like the Birmingham music scene, especially the grassroots scene, it's really inclusive. Like you'll start there, and then you'll start branching off into other avenues in the UK, like London and stuff. But it all happens at those venues in Birmingham first. And I think that's what's important to know, and for people to know. Like bands don't just suddenly start playing at, like, the Ritz. Like they don't just start playing at Electric Ballroom. They don't, it all happens at teeny tiny venues in their own city, and then they have the potential to do that. For Frieda Star, like our when we launched, we did a secret gig, actually, and we didn't post about it, and we just invited people that we knew would like to come, and we did it at Dive in Wolverhampton, which is the most like unassuming place you'll see from the outside. Um,
yeah.
there's like there's like a what is on the second floor, like a strip club or
I
something.
was going to say you
You go,
can say that, Scott.
and then, yeah, and then you go,
It's called Cinderella's.
it's called Cinderella's. You go
It's
up the
horrendous.
stairs, and then you're in this great venue. The room is small, but the vibes in there are just that it's just great. So I feel
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
need to give a particular shout out to Dive in Wolverhampton,
I think
because
so.
Wolverhampton doesn't get a very good reputation for itself at all. But there are some gems in Wolverhampton that people
Yeah,
need to know about, really.
I think they're really important for giving people to give them a voice, and people who are creative. But the working class in the music industry and the arts industry is 7%, 7 to 8%. That's
Mm.
really low. And these grassroots venues for kids writing in their bedroom and making music and who are in bands, it's an attainable thing. And they can hone their craft there and perfect their craft to then go on to do brilliant things and escape the 9 to 5, to escape the shackles of life as it is. So I think they're really important. Again, a community feel to make people feel like involved and like Scarlett said, inclusive in their own community. So yeah, I guess that's my take on it, is that they need to stay open, and they're critical to working class artists and all artists. I'm just talking from my own experience, for all artists to hone their craft.
Bands like us in particular, they just they just wouldn't be able to exist. If you're making a new band, you're fresh out of college, or whatever, you're making a new band, your first gig will be at a grassroots venue, because non grassroots venues, well, they won't have you. Like our first gig was at Dive. Like, we wouldn't have been able to get a non-grassroots. It's so hard to say, a
It
non-grassroots
is.
venue.
It is.
It's really hard. We wouldn't have been able to have our first gig if it wasn't for Dive. And we did our next one, our only headline that we've done so far. We did that at Sunflower Lounge, and we did that on purpose because we love Sunflower Lounge, and we knew that they'd have us.
In head shrinkers going back, we used to like 2 nights on the bounce in the Black Country at the Katie Fitzgerald's in Stourbridge. That's like the main venue around here, and there's only one. There's only one venue, and yeah, we used to purposely play there because we knew we could like sell 2 nights out on the bounce, and it funds that venue, and we need them to stay open. Like on the accessibility side of things as well. You're gonna go to a big venue and you see a band, and yeah, you do it. You talk about your Paramores and bands like that, and all the other big bands, and you will like make the time and like save up almost to go and pay for a ticket. But I think what's so beautiful about grassroots venues, a tenner for a ticket, and that tenner could literally change your life. It could change your life. It could tell you something about yourself. You could get into a new genre of music. And it's just the accessibility side of things where, like, kids going into venues, wherever you're from, I'm not going to mention their classism because most kids haven't got money. It's just being a kid or like a teenager or like a 20, odd, your early 20s. You don't have much money as well, so it's hard to like escape from whether you're studying or whether you're working. It's a place to go and relax and again feel a part of something. I think artists need to look about where they're from and like where they're from, and to help out their local communities. I think they need to make conscious efforts to put on shows, to put on more shows, to make it like the done thing. If 100 people start doing it, then it should be the normal. That's great. Artists kind of sometimes don't want to play grassroots venues because of how it looks. But actually, it's where you got. That's where it got you to. The position you're in now. One of our local venues, Katie Fitz, and we Dive in Wolverhampton. We're actually putting on a charity show for a food bank in the Black Country, and it's like free of charge. The donations count as tickets, and depending on who you are, you can potentially have free access. So we're currently like active in that world in terms of like the grassroots venues and obviously charities around the Black Country. But I think artists need to make more of a conscious effort to back where they're from. And
Artists and band themselves, they do need to make the effort to perform in these places, and it's which is sometimes it's hard, because like as a band, you're also, if you're doing it as your living as well, you have to keep that in mind as well. And that's why I understand why it's sometimes maybe more desirable to go somewhere with a bigger capacity that maybe isn't Grassroots. And I'm guessing that's why a lot of bands would do that. But I think it just is important to keep in the back of your mind that this is where you started. You know, that there's try and actively find a Grassroots venue that has the capacity you want, and do it there, because you're helping yourselves and them. And there's the only people who can keep them open is us, really, as non-band people as well. Just people who want to watch gigs, just go and make an effort to watch a band you don't know. Like, if you've got nothing to do on a Friday or a Saturday or whenever, really, just go to your local venue and see what they've got on.
Yeah,
And just,
you're right.
the tickets aren't going to be much. Go and get a drink and just help them out, and you'll probably have a great night.
Go and explore the venue, go and explore your city, you know what I mean, or wherever it is. Get off the computer. Go and spend your money in a venue and you'll meet new people. Go and explore, go and try a new drink, go and eat some new food, you know, that sort of thing. Get off, get outdoors, man.